Okay, standing at the back of your mat. Feet underneath your pelvis. Grounding down. So the pinky toe, big toe mound, heel down. And then find that lightness in your arch. And that lightness in your arch comes all the way up through the inner thigh and into your pelvic floor. Allowing your hip bones to come in line with your puke bone, and already just standing up tall, feel how your abs started to engage. You have the lumbar curve in your back, so there's no tension in your low back, and your ribs are softening into your body from the front and the back. Widen through your collarbone, fingertips reach to the floor, your neck is just growing longer up, head up to the ceiling. Take a big inhale up, and exhale, and again, big inhale up. Exhale, we'll roll over to the toes and take a little stretch here. So you can run the knees out. You see that your feet are hip width apart, and we'll be working with them hip width apart the majority of the time. Let the neck just be long. And then walking your hands out to your plank position. So coming into your plank, drawing the abs up and in. Inhale, on your exhale, taking it to downward dog. And running your knees out here. And rolling your spine forward into your plank. And into your downward dog. So getting some movement in the spine, rolling forward into your plank, moving with your breath. Articulating your spine as you lift your hips back up to downward dog. And into your plank, step your right foot forward, and then just take your right arm up to the sky. Just take a little opening here. Taking a breath, just lengthening, open, and then bring that hand to the floor. Step back to your plank, take it to downward dog. And rolling forward into your plank, stepping your left foot forward, taking your left arm up to the sky. Take a stretch here. I don't know about you guys, and my pelvis, all kinds are cracking when I do that. Bringing that hand back down. Step back into your plank and hold. Drawing the abs up and in, float the right leg up, point the toe, and a little pulse of that leg up. Press the floor away from you so you're not sitting into your wrists. And if your wrists are bothering you, just go to your forearms. Lower that foot, left leg up, point the toe, squeeze the glute. Little pulses up. Long neck, lower that foot. Bend your knees, bring them to the mat, press back to your child's pose. Inhale in your child's pose. Take a breath there, getting some space opening between the ribs. And then rolling yourself up onto your hands and knees and into your cat stretch. And then head up, tail up into your cow. So loosening up your spine before we have to make it stay in one position into our neutral and into your cow, shining your heart forward. And one more time. Inhale. And exhale into the cow. And then into neutral, drawing the belly button into the spine as you extend your right arm forward, left leg backwards, opposite and opposite leg, and hand in the knee and bring it back down to the mat. Other side, lengthen, and bringing it back to center. So moving with your breath, opposite arm, opposite leg. Neck is long. Trying to not shift your pelvis side to side so you can balance your little cup of tea on your sacrum and it would stay balanced as you move. We're gonna do one more each way and then we'll meet back at the right arm, left leg. And come back to right arm, left leg and hold. Round your spine for the knee and the elbow to touch. And extend. Draw the abs in as you control the pull in and right back to neutral. Knee and elbow to touch. And extend 2. Try to relax the right foot on the floor, last one. And then bringing it back to center, moving left arm, right leg. And round your spine, the knee and the elbow touch. And extend. Pull in, right back to neutral. Make sure that you're keeping your shoulders sliding away from your ear so it's not creeping up into your neck. Relaxing the left foot that's on the mat. Last one. And then come back to center. Round your spine into your cat. And into your cow. And lower yourself all the way down onto the mat for the moment and bring the hands forward, folding them into your pillow. Relax the forehead to the forearms. Shake the pelvis out. And then finding that your hip bones are in line with your pubic bone and are pressing evenly down into the mat. Draw the abs up and in, and then float your upper body 1 inch above the mat. Let the legs just hang out on the floor. So keep it small to start and lower. Initiate the abs, drawing up and in, lifting up on your pelvic floor and float your upper body. And lower, one more time. Think lengthening your spine longer. And then lower everything back down. Pelvis stays into the mat. Draw the abs up and in and float both legs up off the mat. Squeeze the glutes. And lower. We lift the legs. And lower. Relax the shoulders. Float the legs up and hold. And then draw circles. Turn them up and around. Out, up and around. Shoulders are relaxed. And then reverse. String out, up and around. So accentuating the up. And last one, hold. Glue the heels, turn the toes apart, flex at the knees, and pull your heels to your bum. Keeping the toes slightly turned, or keeping the toes turned apart and keeping the knees slightly wider than your pelvis. Float the thighs up off the mat and lower. Drawing the abs up and in and float up. And lower. Shoulders are relaxed. Lift. And lower. Abs in tight. Lift. And lower. We're going to hold the thighs up off the mat. Keep pushing the heels together. And little press of the legs up. Press up. Button. Feeling it all in your glutes, not in your low back. Pull the abs up and in for 10. For 5, 4, 3, 2, hold. Extend the legs long on the mat. Shake the pelvis out. Extend the arms long out in front of you. Pressing your palms into the floor and then just pull the floor towards you, sliding your shoulders away from your ears. Drawing your abs up into your spine. We'll float the right arm and the left leg an inch up off the mat. And lower. Left arm, right leg. So cross body movement. Nice long neck. So your head's not on the floor, but it's not up and lifted. So it's just keeping that extension of the spine. Last one like this. And then we're gonna float both arms and legs up off the mat. So first engage the abs, and then float both arms and legs up, and then swim it out. Little swims, drawing the abs up and in. You can pulling your belly button up off of the mat for 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one, lower everything down. Gently press back into your child's pose. Wide knees, let your heels and booty come together. Forehead to the mat, take 2 big inhales and exhales here. Lengthening the arms a little bit further forward. And we'll roll up onto hands and knees, roll the toes under, draw the abs up and in. So much that you can float your knees an inch up off the mat. And just stay strong here. Like someone could step right on your back and it wouldn't sway or move or dip. And you're just staying super strong, pressing the floor away from you. And lower the knees down. You can sit up and roll your wrists out. Let's come back down. Let's just for a moment, turn the palms towards you. Just to stretch the forearms a little bit. So the palms on the floor, fingertips face you. And just take a little stretch there. Maybe lean forward and back. Ouch. And then you could, yeah, it's not the best feeling, but probably why we need to do it. Circling around, and then you can reverse it. When you've done enough on one side, you can go back on the other. And then bring it back to center. Let's just turn the wrists down. So fingertips still face you, but you turn the back of your hand onto the floor. And take a little stretch there. I know it probably does not feel the greatest, but we probably need it, which is why it doesn't feel so good. Forward and back, it's that stretch in the forearm. You don't put a ton of pressure there, just a little. And then we'll bring it back to center, roll your wrists out again, and then come back onto your palms. Fingertips press down, heel of your hand, press down, roll the toes under again. Rotate so the eye of the elbow is facing forward, draw the abs in, and then hover the knees and inch up off the mat again, shift your weight slightly forward. And then a micro bend of your elbow backwards and straight. Now, if that's really like too much pressure on your wrist, maybe keep your knees down and do the same movement for 5, 3, 2, and last one. Knees down. Come to sit on your bum and grab your band or your ring or whatever you have. During our stretch moment, I have to tell you guys the saddest story that just happened the other day, but we have to wait a minute because we're not quite there yet. So wrists out in front of your shoulders. Press out into what you have because it helps to get that engagement into your lats and mid to lower traps. So your back will be working the whole time. Lift up out of your pelvis. So now see how your low abs are helping to support you to sit up long and tall, and then just tuck the pelvis and roll back halfway. Sliding your tailbone underneath you, and then little press out into the band. Press out and out and out. Drawing your abs in. Slide the shoulder blades down for 3, 2, last one. Sit up tall. Inhale, release the arms for a moment just to get a breather. Exhale, roll back, press out into it. Sliding the tailbone underneath you, draw the belly in, and then extend the arms up to the sky. And dragging it back forward. And lengthen the arms up. And back forward. Hold the arms up to the sky. Relax the hip flexors here. It's hard because they want to do all the work. And pulse out into the band. And if you feel like it's all your hips, maybe sit up a little bit taller. Maybe don't go back as far. Maybe you only need to go back a little bit to engage your abs. Or maybe you go back a little bit further. You decide what's best for you. For 5. Last one. And back over to your toes. Take a stretch forward. You can wrap it around your feet. And then hook it onto your right foot. And let's roll down. Coming into our hamstring stretch. And we'll just start to ease into the stretch of the hamstring. Keeping your left leg down. And then bending and straightening into your right leg. Getting into the back of the thigh. So, have I told you guys about the lizards that I have living in my apartment? I'm not sure, but I realized last week that I had 2 lizards. I thought there was one until I saw them both together in my plant the other day. Holding that leg straight and breathe into the back of the leg. I'm not sure what their story is, but then, although I have not seen them back together yet since that one day. I don't know if that was an accident or what was going on. And we'll release the hamstring stretch, hooking it to the toes. Hold the toes down, heel up to the sky. So the other day when Sharif came home, he saw there was a little baby lizard outside the front door. Outside of the apartment door, so indoors, but outside the apartment door. Point and flex the foot. And it was hanging out by the doormat. And I wanted to bring it inside, it was so tiny and cute. And hold the toes down, but he said, I can't because that's where it lives. And I was like, I don't think this is a good place for the lizard to live. I'd rather bring it inside, but I left it where it was. And I kept checking on it, and I was showing my niece on FaceTime, and she was so excited about the baby lizard. And then let's bring it back to the center of the foot, and spiral the butt, open out to the side for the inner thigh stretch. Keep pushing your left hip down, lengthening out of your right inner thigh. And relax the shoulders, breathe into it here, keep your rib cage pressing down to the mat. And so yesterday, I went to check on the lizard, and it was squished underneath the doormat. And the ants were eating it. Is that the saddest story, friends? I was devastated. The baby lizard is dead, and I should have just brought it inside, and I feel like it's dead because it's my fault for not just bringing it in. So that's my sad story, friends. I was really excited about that baby lizard. One more breath. And then let's sweep that leg up to the sky, anchoring the back pocket down, and let the leg come a little bit across the body, pushing that hip away, and stretch this out of the leg. But I'm hoping that maybe the 2 lizards living here have mated, And that's why there's baby lizard, and maybe there's other baby lizards. And if I see them, I'm bringing them and putting them in the vat. And that's how I have pets. I don't see them much, but every now and again they show themselves. They blend right into the wall. Let's take one more breath here. And then into your spinal twist, look the leg all across the body and look in the opposite direction. Would you guys let the lizards live in your house? Would you be happy about that, or would you be freaked out? I hope everyone will be super happy with the lizards. Extend that leg back up to straight. And roll the hips. Or roll yourself all the way up. Not your hips, roll your body up.
The lizard would not,
What?
would not bother me, especially if it ate other bugs.
Right? I think they're helping me here. Roll all the way down. Taking the left leg up to sky. One of my friends here, she is so freaked out. She can't even believe that I have the lizards in here. I didn't bring them in here. I mean, they live here. I don't know where they came from. But I'm happy about them.
What kind of lizards are we talking about? Like a gecko? Like an iguana?
No, I think they're like a gecko.
Oh, okay, that's cute.
It's not. I just right now, like, I'm picturing that I just have like iguanas living in here, that sometimes they're sitting on the couch, not me.
And like squished baby iguana would make a mess.
Oh, yeah, no, they're tiny. Although I wouldn't even be mad if there was an iguana around.
Are they like baby raptors?
I wish. And then hook it to the toes for calf stretch. Toes pull down, heel pushes up. Stretching out the calf. And you can point and flex into it. I mean, the lizards are definitely small, but the baby was tiny. It was like half of my pinky from its head to tail. And then hold the toes down, heel pushes up. But the other ones are probably like, I would say from my palm to like the tip of my finger. And then bring it back to the center of the foot and open out to the side for inner thigh stretch. But the lizards, they don't want to come near you. When they see me, they freeze and then they run away when they think it's safe. Keep pushing the right hip down and lengthen out of your left inner thigh.
What do they eat?
I don't know. Bugs? I'm not sure. I tried to put a piece of lettuce out one day and they weren't having it.
Like a turtle?
No, they're totally not into me. And then sweep the leg up to the sky and across the body, stretch to the side of the hip. Shoulders relax. Pressing the back pocket down. In the side of the leg. I mean, at least it's not like a turtle where if I have a turtle, I would do something with it. Like when I leave here, the geckos are just gonna stay. They're gonna continue to do their own thing. I don't need to be worried about them because I never brought them here in the first place. And then into your spinal twist with the leg falls to the side, looking in the opposite direction. And then extend that leg all the way back up to straight. Shake it out, legs are long and loose, then bend the knees, bring the feet to the mat. Let's just do a couple of bridges real quick. Feet are hip width apart, tuck the pelvis, roll the hips up into a bridge, pushing your knees forward, engage the glute, hug the thighs slightly, and sequentially down. Just a little warm up to add some movement. Rolling all the way up, while also engaging glutes and hamstrings, and rolling all the way down. One more time, and then we'll roll down, pushing up, roll down, right into neutral pelvis, hip bones in line with pubic bone with your lumbar curve, abs engaged, lifting up out of your pelvic floor, softening the front ribs into the body, relaxing the shoulders, and then lengthen the arms up to the sky. Inhale. On your exhale, fold forward from your ribcage, reaching your fingertips towards your heels and lower back down. Inhale, exhale. And lower. So you're lifting your head, neck, and shoulders while keeping your pelvis in neutral. And then we'll hold this next one all the way up and little reaches forward, reach. So just a little movement from your upper abs, keeping your pelvis still for 5, 3, last one. Lower all the way down, relax the arms to the sides as you bring your right leg to table, left leg to table. So your body already knows what it needs to do. Relax the shoulders, softening the ribs down, marching the right leg halfway forward and floating it back up. Left leg and float it back up. Lift up out of your pelvic floor to help stabilize in the low abs. Can you let the shoulders relax? Tap out. Maybe the tap out goes a little further. Let's do a few more like that. Maybe bring your hands onto your abs. Does it help to get that feedback of, are your abs pulling down or are they pushing up? Last one like this, and we're just gonna do a few more where we're gonna take it a little bit faster. We're gonna go switch and switch and switch. Can you make sure the spine isn't moving? For 3, pull the abs deeper. 2, lift out the pelvic floor. Last one, back to center, hug the knees in, take a little stretch there. Shoulders relax, bring the legs to table. Hands up to the sky, pressing the back of the skull slightly into the mat as you reach your right arm, left leg away from the body, and then bringing it back to center, left arm, right leg. So just like we did on hands and knees, collarbone is wide. So think about how firm you have to stay in your back as well. How the pelvis isn't gonna move. And then if you want, you can lift your head, neck, and shoulders. So it's not a must. If it feels like you are getting deeper activation in your core by keeping your head down, then do that. If you need more, maybe your leg goes closer towards the floor. If it feels like that's moving your pelvis, maybe the leg stays closer to the sky. Let's do 2 more, however your body feels best today. Last one each way. And bring everything to center, hug the knees in. Exhale everything out, and then we'll bring the legs to the table. Hands up to the sky. Inhale, exhale, press your hands towards your hips. Extend the legs at a high diagonal, draw the abs in, and then lower back down. Inhale, exhale. And lower. Inhale, exhale. And then we'll keep this one all the way up. Inhale, exhale, hold. Glue the heels from the toes apart and pump the arms to the hundreds. Inhale and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. So squish the thighs together. Maybe the legs are towards the sky. Maybe the legs are lower towards the mat. Where do you feel like you're staying neutral? Inhales, big. And then maybe you want your legs parallel. Maybe that feels better for your body. Maybe you want your toes turned in, heels turned out. Maybe that's a different challenge for you today. So where are you getting the most out of the exercise? Inhale, big. 2 more sets. Inhale, big, exhale. Inhale, and exhale, and roll the legs back up. Hug the knees in, and relax. Head rock side to side. And we'll keep the arms down by the floor. Bring the feet down to the mat just for a moment to reset your neutral. Make sure your hip bones don't have your hip bone, and then bring the legs back to table. Drawing the belly in, shoulders relax, thighs stay together, point the toes, and let's let the legs dip halfway forward. Dip halfway forward, and drag the legs back up. Inhale, lower the legs halfway, and lift. Softening the ribs into the body. Can the back bottom ribs continue to stay grounding into the mat? Maybe the legs go a little bit further. And then if that feels like you want the head up, You could always bring the hands an inch up off the mat and lift the head, neck, and shoulders and move from here. The head is lifting from the upper abs. Maybe the toes can touch towards the mat and they have a little hover there, and then you draw from the low abs up and in. But if that goes into your back, don't do that. Stay where your transverse abdominis is the strongest, and before you lose that, you come back up. Inhale. And exhale. One more like that. Lower. And lift. And hug and relax. Arms by the sides. Extend the legs straight to the ceiling here. Point the toes and turn the thighs open. Crossing the right leg over the left, pressing inner thighs to each other, and then switch to the left. Switch to the right, open the legs as wide as the mat, and again close with the left on top. We go switch, 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 open, switch, 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 open. So you only open as wide as the mat and then quickly pull those thighs back together. So long legs. Your abs are working so hard to stabilize you here. Maybe if you need more, you can reach your hands up to the sky. So where do you feel like you're getting the most out of the exercise? Are you keeping your low back with its mini curve? Last one, left. Or when you're even, bring it all the way back to center. Let's bring the hands behind the head, lift the head, neck, and shoulders. Turn the toes out again, heels are together, and then pull the knees in towards you, and then press the legs back up to the sky. So we're pulling the frog legs straight down towards you and up to the ceiling. They press down straight and press up, squeeze. So first we're just going straight to the sky. Are your hip points in line with your glute bone? You can check it out right there. And then now we're gonna press them up to 45 degrees. Press out, in, press out. Make them squeeze, and in. And we're gonna turn this into a circle. So you're gonna press them out, keep the heels together, lower the legs an inch, and then draw the wheel back into you. So it's pushing the circle away from you, like you're rolling the wheel away, keeping the heels together the whole time. Good job. Keep your elbows wide. If it's hurting your neck, you could always have your head on the mat and don't lower the legs as far. Let's reverse your circle. So it goes down, up, in, down, up, squeeze, and in. Squeeze, and in. For 3, 2, and last one. We'll pull the knees all the way in and relax. Take the knees, stir them in the hip sockets to let go of hip flexor tension. And work on lubricating the joint. And then reverse. And bring it all the way back to center. Let's place the feet back down on the mat. We're gonna come back into bridging, but this time we'll be holding it up. So feet are hip width apart. Feet are a little bit forward of the knees, tucking your pelvis wider, widen your collarbone, and roll your hips all the way up into your bridge. Squeeze the glutes, push the knees forward, sequentially rolling it down. Roll right back up, but this time we're gonna hold up and now just tap down, press up. Tap down, press up, squeeze. Down, up, squeeze. So you stay in neutral to lower the hips and lift. Collarbone is wide. And you also could have your arms up to the sky. So if you want to make your abs work harder, take your arms up to the sky. Squeeze. And then we'll hold the hips to the sky and add little tiny pulses up, press up. Evenly lifting, drawing your low abs in, keeping your sits bones lengthening forward towards your calves. Hold the up, lift your heels. Tapping both heels to almost touch the mat, press up and squeeze. They almost touch the mat, press up and squeeze. Tap down, up, squeeze. And then hold the heels up, tap your butt down, press up, squeeze, tap your heels down, press up. Lower the butt, lift, heels tap, lift. So just adding a combo move there. Down, up, squeeze, heel tap. One more like that. Now just keep the hips lifted and pulse up. Squeeze. for 5. And last one, drop the heels, walk the feet to the outside edges of the mat, lifting your toes to the sky, the neck is long, eyes to the sky, collarbone is open, lower the hips, press up, squeeze. Lower, press up, squeeze. Using your breath. And lift. Down, up, and squeeze. We'll come up, squeeze. We're gonna tap the thighs together, open the thighs, tap the thighs in and open. Neck is long, no tension in the jaw. And we're gonna keep the knees open, drop the hips down, press up, combo move, squeeze the thighs, open the thighs, lower the hips, press up, squeeze, the knees come in, open. So everything is, it gets a little hold and a squeeze. You lower, up, squeeze, tap the thighs, squeeze, open, lower, up, in, out, down, up. One more. Hold the thighs open and pulse the hips to the sky, press up. For 5. Last one, drop the feet, walk the feet back to hip width apart, bring the arms down to the mat. If they aren't already, keep the collarbone wide. And we'll extend the left leg long. Extend the leg up to the sky, flex, pull it down. Drag the leg up to the sky, flex and pull down. Extend up and down. Keeping the hips even. Keep the leg to the sky here, and then pulse the hips up, squeeze, up, squeeze. For 5, feeling that hamstring glute on the right side, last one, placing the foot on the mat, commit to the hips being up, extend the right leg out long. Bring it up to the sky, flex and pull it down. Send it up, flex and pull. Keeping the hips even. Keep the collarbone open, and then the leg stays up to the sky, pulse up, up. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one, place the foot on the mat. Both hips evenly just press up, uphold, uphold. So back to the simple one we started with, which is to even it all out for 5. And last one, sequentially rolling your spine down into the mat. And then give your knees a little hug. Cross the left ankle over the right knee. Thread your hands behind the right thigh. And give your left elbow a little push into the left thigh. And stretch, open the hip. Let your tailbone be heavy. And we'll switch sides. So right ankles over the left knee, pushing your right elbow into your right thigh. And release that. Take both legs up to the sky, firming the arms onto the mat. Imagine the legs are against a wall, wide collarbone, and then just a micro hip lift, tiny lift, and lower from your low belly, tiny lift, and lower. Try to keep the collarbone wide. Maybe that means turning your palms to the sky. Maybe it's palms down. We've got 5 more from a low belly lift and lower and lift. 3, 2, and last one. Bend your legs to table. Reach the hands up to the sky. Inhale, we're gonna take the arms back alongside the ears, sweep them out to the sides, and we're gonna roll up and catch behind the thighs and lift up on your sits bones. So hold the shoulder blades down. Glue the heels from the toes apart, and now pull your heels in towards your bum. Fingertip touch to your ankles. 5 times to roll like a ball, keeping your ball tiny. Keeping those heels hugging in. Rounding your spine, you come up and balance on those sits bones 2. And last one. And bring it all the way up and roll back to tabletop. Grab behind the thighs and sit yourself up tall, roll the shoulder blades down. Extend the legs up to the sky, tap the toes to the mat. Lengthen. And maybe we take the hands off the back of the thighs, and lift. Think about those low abs drawing in. One more time. Lift to tabletop. Extend the left leg long, framing the right knee with both hands. Roll back, roll right back up into your ball for single leg stretch. And then other side. So we're combining rolling the ball with single leg stretch here. And switch at the top. Control, roll back. Come up, pause. Switch. Roll, come up, pause. And switch. We've got one more with the left leg. Roll, we'll just meet at the top. Reach the arms forward, and we're just gonna extend the legs, so we'll reach. And reach, and reach. Breathe for 3, 2, last 1, and bring the legs to tabletop. Take the fingertips to the mat, widen the collarbone. So fingertips are facing backwards now. You also have the option, if this is not good for your shoulders, to be on your forearms. So you could always be here as well. So you decide where you're gonna be. Squeeze the thighs together, let the knees fall over to the right, drawing a circle down, around, up. Hold at the top. Other side, you sweep. Try to widen the collarbone, try to lengthen up out of the neck. And if you don't want the legs bent in tabletop, you could always extend them up to the sky. Sweeping down, around, up, and hold. So remember, if it doesn't feel like you're getting there with the arms there, come under your forearms. So it doesn't matter which way you're doing it. Are you staying smooth and controlled? One more each way. And last one. And then bring the legs to the table and roll yourself all the way down to the mat. Take a little stretch. We're gonna come into double leg stretch. Legs to table, hands to the sky. Inhale, on your exhale, we lift the head, neck, and shoulders, reach just past your knees. Inhale, the arms and legs extend long away from the body. Exhale, circle, bring it together. Keep going there. I have to open my door because it's getting to be 1,000,000 degrees in here. Inhale and exhale. Keeping the spine in neutral. Draw the abs in. Let's do 3 more. And last one. And then you can hug everything all the way in and relax, like your back. Rock into the mat, take whatever movement you need. If your hips are feeling tight, you can open them. And we'll reset our neutral, coming into single straight leg stretch, and we'll have a little challenge on the end of that one. Legs to table. Lengthening the legs to the sky. Reach the hands to the sky. Float the head, neck, and shoulders up. Extend the left leg long, grab gently behind the right thigh. A little double pull the leg in, scissor the legs, pull. So maybe the leg just comes up to the sky. We're not turning this into a hamstring stretch. We're staying in neutral. Inhale and exhale. So as long as you're not grabbing behind your knee and stressing out on your knee, grab your hand anywhere that it feels good. Or maybe the hands just reach forward. Double pulse the leg in, or maybe the hands reach backwards. But the legs are gonna brush past each other at 45 degrees, and the top leg does the double pull in. Exhale on the switch, inhales on the pull in. One more each way. We'll meet back with the right leg on top. Grab behind the right thigh, walk yourself up the leg, catch your ankle. Left leg is in a hover or it's on the ground. Walk yourself down the tree. All the way down, walk all the way back up. And all the way down. And all the way up. One more time. Is this 3 or 4? Because I gotta remember for the other side, guys.
4.
This was 3? That was 4, okay, thank you. Catching the left hand to be outside of the right leg. The left leg is in a hover or it's on the floor, your choice. Sweep the right hand up and bring it back to center. Sweeping it back and bring it back to center. One more time, sweep it back to center, walk the hands down the leg, and then switch the left leg up to the sky, walk up the back of the leg, and all the way down. Abs in, so your hands are there, but they're just guiding you. They're not doing all the work. You've got 2 more, all the way up, and all the way down. Last one, this one stays up. Right hand to the outside of the left leg, sweeping the left arm back, sitting up tall, long neck, and back to center. And sweep, and center, one more. Twisting the ribcage, bring it back to center. Let's have both legs come up, holding on here. Keeping the legs there as you slowly roll yourself all the way down. Bring your hands behind your head, elbows wide to the sides, legs up to the sky, pelvis in neutral, heels together or legs in parallel. Lengthen the legs away from your body. Exhale to flow the legs back up to the sky from your low abs. Inhale, they lengthen away. Exhale, low belly draws the legs back up. So it's like you're pulling 100 pounds up, but now with your hip flexors, from that area that's supporting the cup of tea between your hip points and your pubic bone. So can you target that space and use that area by engaging from your pelvic floor to help pull the legs up? So lift in your pelvic floor, lift the legs up. 2 more. 1 more time. Low belly draws in, and then hug everything and relax. Let your head rock side to side. Only 1 more in the abdominal series. Hope you guys are feeling great. Legs to table, hands behind the head, elbows wide to the sides. Float the head, neck, and shoulders up. Extend the left leg long, pelvis anchors in, and then just rotate the left shoulder across and bring it to center. Twist across and center. So bottom rib to opposite hip. Can you keep your elbows wide? Like there's flashlights on your elbows that shine on the wall across from you. So don't let it turn all the way over. Keep them wide. Twist and center and twist and center. And maybe you take your legs out and then draw the leg in as you twist. So maybe you take a different variation. You got 3, breathe, twist. 2. And last one. And bring it all the way back to center, hug it all the way in. Take a long stretch here. So we got through the abdominal series with some little bonus rounds in between. Lengthening the arms and legs long. Someone's pulling you from either side to get you a little bit longer. Making the right side a little longer than the left. And the left a little longer than the right. Bring it back to center, super long. And then hands up to the sky, keep firming the back of the thighs down to the mat, drawing your abs in and roll yourself up, 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 up. Take a dive forward, take a little stretch there. And we'll get our weights. Sitting up tall with the weights. Roll those roll blades down, tuck your elbows into the sides, lift up out of your pelvis, and then roll halfway back, pushing the weights forward, and then sitting up tall, bringing the weights in. And roll back, and sitting up. Roll back in, hold it, draw the abs in, and just our bicep curls here. Using your breath. Relax the shoulder blades down. Lift up out of your pelvic floor. Hold both arms out. We're going to open the arms, close the arms, bicep curl. We lengthen. Open, in, curl. The next one, we're going to keep them open. Pull them in to touch your sides and reach them forward. Pull in and extend. Pull the elbows in and extend for 3. Last one, hold them out, turn the palms to the front, hug them in and roll down. Slide the shoulder blades away from the ears, lift the elbows slightly. And then hold the arms open and small pulse up here. For 5. And last one, close the arms, sit up tall, send your body slightly forward, send the arms backwards. Maybe you have that bend in your knee to lengthen up under your spine, lengthen the arms back, press the arms together, little press in and in. Widen the collarbone, so keep thinking, pulling the shoulders open, collarbone wide. And then pick the arms up a little bit higher. And hold them in and pulse them to the sky, pulse up. Can you lengthen your fingertips long behind you? Can you keep your neck long for 5? Hold it, flip the palms to the sky and press up, up. Collarbone opens a little bit further. Hold it up and tap it in. Arms up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Sitting up tall, place the weights to the side, sweeping the arm across for a little stretch. And other side. And release. Let's come to lay on your left side. All the way out onto your balance beam on the edge of the cliff. Head down or supported in your hand, your choice. Legs a micro inch in front of your body, so everything else is in neutral, and the legs come a tiny bit forward, pushing the top of away, lift the top leg up, flex with the foot as you sweep the leg forward and point and sweep it back. So this is exactly how we're walking, minus the fact that we would be bending our knee, but it's just tracking in the hip. It's not going up, it's not going down. It's just tracking right inside the hip as you would be walking, hip width apart. Squeeze on the way back. Can you keep your upper body still? You can, of course, and that's coming from your abs. So your abs are not getting a chance to relax here, they're still working. And then we'll bring it back to center after you complete this one. Center, spiral the thigh open and lengthen to the sky and flex and resist as it pulls down. Extend up to the sky, flex and drag it down. Lengthen and pull. Lengthen and hold. Flexing the foot, let the leg come to the hip level above the floor, and then scoop it back up to the sky. So it's coming straight forward in front of your hip. You look like the letter L from the top. And lift. Isn't it amazing how this one that used to seem so incredibly hard has gotten so much easier as those muscles have strengthened? And then the next one's gonna stay up to the sky. Point the toes, spiral the thigh, open even more, and then draw your little circles to the sky. And reverse. And then drag that leg all the way down. Bend the knees to 45 degrees. Angle the ankles up, squeeze the heels together, and then open the top knee and close. So if you don't love having the thighs floated up off of the mat and you're feeling unstable, just have the legs on the floor and clamshell from there. Because maybe that clamshell is gonna get more focused on the glute med. Maybe you're taking away focus on the glute by lifting the legs. Or maybe that's a good challenge for you today. So listen to what your body's telling you. Hold this one up, pulses up. Tiny little pulse, but keeping your pelvis still and keep lengthening out of from the rib to hip. Rotate, knee down, and then kick it back up at a diagonal. Knee taps down and then kick back and up. Down, kick back and up. Lower, press out and squeeze. Drawing the abs in. Hold this one out and little circles. And reverse. And hold that. Just roll yourself onto your forearms. Keep that leg extended. And then just tap over to the left, up and over to the right. So we're still working the same way. The left knee is under the hip. You're putting a little more weight into your right forearm so you're not shifting over. Let's complete this one and meet back at center. Knee bends, foot flexes, and kick to the sky. Keeping your pelvis still. Keeping the neck long. And then open the knee out to the side and kick up to the sky. And then turn that into a kick to your other booty cheek. Kick it back. Back, like you could bring your heel to your left booty cheek. And we'll make our way up onto our hands, bring that knee straight down to the mat and sweep it out to the side for your hydra. Just 10 more here. Then we move to the other side. squeeze, and squeeze. For 5, getting a hold at the top. 3, 2, last one, lift and hold, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Then extend that leg out onto the mat, bringing your left hand underneath your shoulder and turn it right into a side plank. Reaching your hand up to the sky, lifting out that bottom oblique for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, bringing your left knee down and just bring yourself up and over to the other side. And all the way out onto your balance beam and bring the legs slightly forward. Lift the top leg in line with the hip, flex the foot as you sweep the leg forward and point and kick it back. Draw the ribs in. Flex and bring it forward and point and sweep it back. Pulling your navel to your spine, spine stays in neutral. Try not to let your pelvis move. And then we'll bring it all the way back to center, spiraling the thigh open as the leg lengthens to the sky, flex to resist as you bring it down. Extend up and lower. Extend up and down. The next one stays to the sky. We lift and hold, flex the foot, the leg comes forward in front of the hip, and then it scoops back up to the sky. Can you let the bottom leg not do the work? Can you draw your abs in a little bit deeper? Can you really make sure you're staying in neutral here, not letting your spine round? 2. And then we'll hold the leg to the sky, point the toes, spiral the thigh open, drawing circles to the ceiling. And then reverse it. And we'll then bring that leg all the way down, come into our clamshell, however you took it on the first side, keep the heels together, open the top knees, squeeze the glute and lower. So you can float the bottom play up or you can keep it on the mat, your choice. Where are you able to focus on your glute med the most? Squeeze. And squeeze for 3. Get that hold at the top. Very controlled movement. Last one. And then we'll rotate the knee down, kick it back at a diagonal. Tap down, kick back, squeeze. So you get the glute popping up off of the hamstring for 5. Wrap the ribs in still, abs tight. Hold this one open, little pulses to the sky, and then we're gonna roll it right over. And then after the side plank, we're going right into our full plank. And then you just roll yourself over onto your forearms, keeping the right knee underneath the right hip. And you tap down, you come up and over to the right, up and over to the left. So over and over. Bring the abs up and in. And then bring it back to center. Bend the knee, flex the foot, kicks to the sky, keep up. And you're shifting slightly into your left forearm here. Maybe your right hand comes to your belly. Open the knee to the side and then pulse the thigh to the sky. Pulse your knee up, up. The foot is flexed. And then the heel kicks to the back booty cheek. Kick in. 5. And last one, up onto your hands, bring that knee down, scoop out to the side for your hydrant. And lower. We lift and lower. Squeeze and down. Pull the abs in for 4. 2. Last one, extend the leg back out onto the mat, rotate into the side plank, and then we're gonna come right into our front plank. So the shoulders away from the ears for 4, 3, 2, and last one, let's meet in our front plank. You can decide to go onto your forearms or stay up on your hands and kneel. Are you ready for us?
Yes, ma'am.
Pull the abs in and go.
My brother Craig came by for family dinners once in a while, now joined by his wife Janice, a happy and hard-driving business analyst. Craig had become the poster child for the post-Princeton urban professional dream. He was vice president at a bank and getting an MBA. He wore tailored suits, drove a red Porsche, and he and Janice had just purchased a nice condo in Hyde Park. We didn't know it then, but none of this made him happy. Like me, he had his own crisis brewing, and in coming years would wrestle with questions about whether work was meaningful and whether the rewards he felt compelled to seek were the rewards he actually wanted. But knowing how proud our parents were of us, we never expressed discontent over dinner. Craig also noticed our father's declining health, but he got the same merry brush off. I'm fine. 3, 2, 1.
Downward dog. You can run the knees out here, take whatever last movement you need. Reaching the sits bones to the sky. And then pressing both heels back, micro bend the knees, begin to walk your hands towards your toes. Feet are hip width apart, and just hang out there for a moment. So you can see where your feet are going to be for setting up good posture. Maybe you shift a little forward, a little bit back. Let your head hang heavy. And then bring it back to center. Soften the knees slightly. Draw the abs up and in. And you'll start to slowly roll up by engaging your abs to restack your spine. Sitting longer, growing stronger than before we started this morning. Releasing the shoulders away from the ears. Head is up, long and tall. Taking a big inhale up. And exhale. With a big inhale up. And exhale it out. Pilates Hotties, thank you so much for coming to class today. A good start to our awesome new year.
Thank you, Nicole. Happy New Year, everybody.